What's so true team? It's your girl Mickey Truth, SC's #1 urban blogger and the queen of paperwork. Did you hear about this story a couple years ago in Georgia about a woman who stayed out all night, went home, got into an argument with her living boyfriend slash baby daddy, and he wound up dead? Yeah. Did y'all? Well, I didn't hear about it until recently. And the story is definitely intriguing to me. And Bodycam and all is included in the story. So in this video, we're going to get into the case of Quanisha Johnson. Let's get into it.
We had Mickey Truth.
Who is this? You got Mickey Truth kicked out.
Shout out Mickey.
Let's get one thing clear. This your girl, Mickey Truth.
Alright, y'all. So a little backstory, because maybe some of y'all are like me and never even heard of this case, okay? But the incident happened November 27th, 2022, okay? Quanisha Nicole Johnson, 30-year-old Georgia woman, and I think it's Lithania is how you pronounce it, okay? The victim was 29-year-old DeMonte Smith, her living boyfriend and father of one of her children. Johnson and Smith got into an argument after Johnson went out the night before and Smith watched 3 of their kids. Now listen, I don't know about y'all, but a night out and never coming home to the next day, I know I couldn't put that in my household, and that's on either side, because I wish Mr. Truth would stay out to the next day without us having a conversation and me knowing that he's gonna be out till the next day. Yeah, try again. Cause I'm gonna be honest with y'all ladies, and fellas, what bitch you was with? Like on some real stuff. I'm just gonna be real. Now, Johnson didn't return home until about 9 a.m. That's close to checkout time to me, okay? And she didn't just pop up randomly at 9 a.m. She came with a police escort. Hence why it's body cam footage, okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to get into a reaction video of the body cam footage and breakdown, because this young lady has went to trial already. Yeah, we're a little bit behind, but the storyline is, it blew my mind. So I said I definitely had to chop it up with my truth team about it. For those who are new to my reactions, I'm definitely going to be stopping, giving my point of view in my reaction to what we're watching. I want y'all to get in the comments, okay, and engage in a conversation. And for those who just would like to watch the video without my reaction, you can definitely hit the link in the description, go directly to the video. Let's get started.
You disappear all that line ass thing shit. You gonna get mad because I react.
He don't live here. He don't pay no bills. He's not on lease. He don't have no mail. There's nothing here that's his. Besides a trash bag full of clothes that he got from DeKalb County jail. You can take that and he can go. And he can put my daughter in the house because she get colic. Because I'm going to have to deal with that.
Man, you're not touching my daughter. So shut your fucking mouth.
That's down. You can put my daughter in the house though.
Nah.
Your name not on the birth certificate. So therefore it's not your dad. It's mine.
You ain't got no names on your birth certificate.
It is. I do. Let me go get it.
Because watch out, bro.
Please. I don't want my baby out here. The wind is blowing. She don't have a head on.
Just give her the baby.
Give me my baby.
What about your other baby? You been going all night.
Or I'm worried about your baby. You ain't care about it either. That's why I got locked up when she was here.
Hey, we not gonna fight over this baby.
Give me my baby though. Like she's gonna get colic.
We're gonna bring it back.
I'm gonna get the birth certificate. She's not on it. At this point, it's not his baby. And if y'all want to do a DNA test to identify that.
Nah, this thing, no, we ain't going that far.
You
allowed.
Forgot when you went 3 hours.
I'm gonna shoot. Look at my daughter's diaper. Under dad's bed.
Nah, nigga, I was changing her diaper.
Where your other kids?
I was changing her diaper.
Where your other kids?
With their mama.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like, girl, you done stayed out all night And it's like just owning it, you know what I'm saying? Maybe like sending somebody to retrieve the kids, let him leave till it die down. Like, girl, you knew you was about to run into some trouble when you got home. You gotta be a bold one to stay out all night, cut your phone off. Listen.
With their mom? Hey, we don't talk to her.
We're not here to listen to y'all go back and forth.
No problem.
I'm trying to tell you.
My kids here though. I see my kids every day. You don't see none of yours. You ain't gonna see her after this day.
Like, for what? Because you whipped out?
No.
You got mad because you disagreed?
Thinking I'm cool. That's why. Because you broke. And that's you got on time.
Hey, stop. Because at this point, you're antagonizing him. You stop.
I'm not. He has my stop.
You don't let me. Stop. You're not listening to nothing that's being said. You're not listening to nothing that's being said.
So when I shoot him, and I done called the cops and did everything I was supposed to do.
Just make sure you can articulate what's going on.
I can. I'm showing you.
You better really be able to articulate that.
I can. This is my household. He have no residency, nothing.
Make sure you read up on it and make sure you can articulate when it comes to
I've done it. I did it before I got my license.
Okay. Go ahead, man. Oh yeah, did she shoot you? Yeah, before I die. All right, later. Sit down here. Where is it at?
On November 27th, 2022, at 10:02 a.m., DeKalb County Police received a call from 30-year-old Quanisha.
Oh. She literally said she done looked it up. Like in her mind, that's what she was gonna do. Oh my gosh.
Quanisha Johnson. She told dispatchers she needed an escort home because she was afraid of her boyfriend, DeMonte Smith. She explained that she had been out celebrating a friend's birthday, her first night out since giving birth 2 months earlier. When she checked her phone that morning, she found threatening messages from DeMonte, who had been watching her 3 children overnight. She told them that her fear wasn't unfounded. Just 2 weeks earlier, during a heated argument, DeMonte had caught her off guard, grabbed her, and forcefully slammed her to the ground. She hadn't reported that assault to police, but now, with DeMonte sending threatening messages and even making similar threats over the phone, Quanisha wasn't taking any chances.
You live here?
I'm just waiting on the camera to do what I'm supposed to do. My daughters are in here.
He's in there too?
Yeah. I'm sure you want to look.
Hold on.
Hold on, my question is that what she left home to go out in? Or is that what she slipped on in? Cause like, it didn't look like she went to no club. It looked like she was like maybe in a house somewhere. Maybe she was chilling with her homegirl, but it definitely don't look like she went out.
You went back the door?
Is he opening the door?
I can show you the feet at the door. I got a gun right here. I'm like,
okay. Does he have any weapons?
No.
Just for our safety, just put the weapon inside the car. Thanks.
Upon arriving at the scene, Quanisha disclosed to officers that she was a licensed gun owner and had her weapon with her. Following standard safety protocol, the officer instructed her to secure the firearm in her truck before they approached the house to speak with DeMonte. This decision to have Quanisha temporarily surrender her weapon would later become a contentious issue during her trial.
DeKalb County Police! You got a key to it? I stand by to I get another officer out here. Does he have access to this? Yeah. No, the camera. So what's going on today?
I was different. So when I was when I finally went I have a newborn. She's 2 months. I have a 7-year-old. I have a 4-year-old in there as well. He told my aunt he was gonna. What he say to you, Golden? When I get here, he was gonna beat the shit out of me. A couple weekends prior to this, my last time going to work, I worked at hours. So my last time coming in here, he physically took me from the door and stamped me on my face.
You recorded it?
I didn't record it. I was just talking. Yeah, I was just talking to the other cops. But I was supposed to be out here. I was telling her she should, I was telling her I should have, but I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt and go to probation.
But this is your house. You want to go inside?
This is my house.
And does he live here?
Sorry, my name is
No, but does he live here though?
No, he stays here. He doesn't live here.
What I mean is
he staying here?
Where's his residence?
Jonesboro. He has the residence. So.
What's interesting to note here is that Quanisha tells officers she's just getting home from work. This directly contradicts the official narrative that she was out clubbing. All media reports and official press releases that I've read state that she was partying with friends. But as we'll see later in this footage, her alleged occupation was a contentious point between her and DeMonte, suggesting there might be more to this discrepancy than initially appears.
Please.
DeMonte.
You mind coming in here and talk to us what's going on? We go to her, but we want to speak to you because we don't know what's going on.
She got up in the seat.
Yeah.
She disappeared for 3 hours like I'm mad. I'm at home watching her kids and my kids. She disappeared for 3 hours.
She say anything? Did you say anything that would cause her to call?
What would you do if your girl go to work and then disappear with 3 hours? I'm a snap. I'm a snap.
Please answer to my baby back.
It's my baby too.
She's a newborn.
Some drunk ass
Put her back in.
I ain't gonna tell y'all no lie. This is like my first time watching this. It feels like she got to work in the nightlife somehow. But 3 hours to get home is crazy. And then you come on 10 because you know you wrong. Okay? You know you wrong.
Hold on, let us talk to her for a second.
Alright, she's 2 months though.
What's
I
up,
gotta
ass
deal with
on?
that. She gets
You 30.
30 and stuff for me.
You might,
30 and stuff for
you might say what they gonna talk to her.
Well, but it ain't gonna be long. How long you gonna be?
Alright, I ain't gonna lie. When it comes to that stripping stuff, it's like you knew she was a stripper before you got with her, let alone put a baby in her. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully. Like, I just don't like when that becomes a center point. You know, but I mean, that still doesn't take away being mad that it took you 3 hours because, you know, to get home and then you come home on 10. Ladies, like, fellas, like, what? Am I missing something here? Like, I just don't understand. Now, I don't want to watch the whole video because I definitely don't want the video to be too long, but I do want to get to the point of some key points that happened during the trial, okay? And a few of them things is that ultimately it was a child witness in this case. One of those 3 kids, the oldest one, I believe, testified or provided a statement, okay? And listen, it's a 911 call and all to it. So let's see if we can get to that part.
The defense, however, would paint a far more disturbing picture. They argued the officers had abandoned a domestic violence victim despite clear warning signs, her multiple 911 calls, her documented fears of assault, and her repeated pleas for protection. The defense would later emphasize how Quanisha had even warned the officers about potential violence, yet they still left. What happened in the next 4 minutes after their departure became one of the most contested aspects of the case. According to later court documents, an argument continued inside the home, but accounts of what followed differed dramatically. The prosecution claimed Quanisha had acted—
Hold on, I will say this. I know here in South Carolina, if you still, especially in Richland County, let me say Richland County, if you still rowdy, somebody has to leave. Like, somebody has to leave. If somebody don't leave, somebody going to jail. If not, both of y'all, for sure.
with calculation, deliberately going to her car to retrieve both a metal tire iron and her gun, before returning to confront DeMonte. The defense maintained she only got these weapons after the situation escalated further, fearing for her safety after previous assaults. The metal tire iron would become a crucial piece of evidence in reconstructing these events. Prosecutors said she struck him with it before shooting, pointing to this as proof of premeditated violence, and even pointing to DeMonte's own dying words to the officers.
Wait, man. Everything first, bro. Hurry up. Did she shoot you? Yeah, before I die.
Paramedics rushed DeMonte to Emory Hillendale Medical Center, working desperately to save him. Despite their efforts, the single gunshot wound to his chest proved fatal. DeMonte Smith was pronounced dead shortly after arrival. Back at the scene, officers immediately placed Quanisha in handcuffs and led her to the back of a police van. The state would pursue the most serious charges possible, charging her with malice murder and felony murder. If found guilty, she would face the prospect of life behind bars.
You go up with her. We're gonna go up to the same building, okay? Give mommy a kiss. Give mommy a kiss. You go with her. It's okay. Give mommy a kiss. She's not. She a big girl. She got this. Give mommy a kiss. No, you're not gonna cry. Okay. You're not gonna be without them.
Quanisha Johnson would eventually stand trial in August 2023, 9 months after DeMonte's death. As the trial began in DeKalb County Superior Court, prosecutors called their first witness, DeMonte's ex-girlfriend. Her testimony revealed a crucial detail. She told jurors that DeMonte had asked her to order him an Uber from Quanisha's house. Phone records confirmed that the rideshare vehicle was already en route when the shooting occurred, suggesting DeMonte had planned to leave the situation entirely.
A great person. He always laughing, caring, very oriented, always laughing, joking. He was just a great person.
Following the ex-girlfriend's glowing character testimony, the defense revealed a very different side to DeMonte. The jury would hear about an extensive criminal record, including an arrest just 4 months before his death in July 2022. The charges included possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony and possession of marijuana with intent to distribute. More damaging still, at the time of that arrest, the Monroe County Sheriff's Office had active warrants out for charges of stalking and probation violation. This history of violence and criminal behavior, according to the defense, would support Quanisha's claims of feeling threatened that night. Next to take the stand was Quanisha's 7-year-old daughter. Her testimony would prove contentious.
Okay, well, hold on. Before we get into that, I want to talk about criminal history is definitely a big point, a big factor to me. But at the same time, just how we seeing this unfold, I don't see how him selling drugs, having a weapon. Now, mind you, commission of a felony could be selling drugs. Okay, so it's not like we don't even know, like, was it a violent felony or whatnot? But nevertheless, in this moment, like, it doesn't seem like that was given that. Because I'm going to be honest, if it was like that, instead of taking my ass to the car to get weapons, I would have got my churn and got in the car, the police still outside, and I would have left and had them like, he need to go to jail or he need to get from out of here, but I'm not safe here and this is my house. Like, that's how I feel about it. But let's listen to what took place with the daughter who was in the house at the time and old enough to understand what she saw and what she didn't see.
Yes. In her initial statement to forensic child interviewers immediately after the shooting, she had described seeing her mother hit DeMonte with a pole before firing the gun. But now, months later at trial, her story had changed dramatically. She testified that it was actually DeMonte who had struck her mother, not the other way around. This led prosecutors to suggest that the young girl might have been coached to change her testimony in her mother's favor.
Now, when your mom came into the house that day, she asked you to call 911?
Yes.
She gave you her phone?
Yes.
And did you know that there were police already outside that day?
No.
Okay. Did she tell you why she wanted you to call 911?
Because he was hitting her.
Okay. And was she scared that he was going to hit her?
I don't know.
Objection, personal knowledge. He asked if her mother.
Did she tell you why she wanted you to call 911?
Because he was hitting her.
Okay. Your mom went up the stairs?
Yes.
Okay. And you saw the man of Dolo, you saw him hit your mom.
Yes.
Could you see from where you were downstairs, could you see everything that was happening upstairs?
Not everything.
Okay. Could you see your mom?
For a second.
Could you see Dolo?
Yes.
And you said that you heard a gunshot?
Yes.
Did you actually see a gun? Did you see your mom pull a gun and shoot?
I didn't see her pull a gun.
Okay. You just heard the gunshot?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you remember telling an officer, a police officer, and your aunt on the phone, did you tell them that, did you say your mom and Dolo went upstairs and mommy hit him with a pole?
No, Dolo hit her with her pole.
Okay. Do you remember telling the police and your aunt? Did you say that? Did you say mommy hit him with a pole?
No, Dolo hit her with a pole.
Okay. And
I ain't gonna tell y'all no story. It definitely seemed like they definitely rehearsed it for sure. Cause like she's sticking to like, no, this. Like, you know what I'm saying? It definitely seemed like they rehearsed it, but I mean every witness got to go through, prep, but it definitely seemed like it was rehearsed for sure.
Did you ever tell the police? Do you remember telling the police that mommy hit Dolo?
Yes.
You told them that? Okay. Why did you tell them that?
Because I thought I needed to.
Okay. You thought you needed to? Why did you think that you needed to?
I don't know.
Okay.
For 9 days straight, the defense and prosecution went head-to-head, presenting drastically different versions of what happened that November morning. The prosecution painted a picture of a calculated act, arguing that Quanisha, angry about DeMonte questioning her parenting and lifestyle, deliberately retrieved both weapons from her car before confronting him.
I ain't gonna lie, I kind of feel where the prosecution is coming from with that. Like, just based on what we see, we wasn't there. That's what I'm feeling. Y'all let me know in the comments how y'all think about it, because it seemed like she just like, ladies, let's be real, like sometimes, and fellas too, but ladies, I'm talking to y'all, you know how like sometimes, we get caught in a situation, we just don't know like the reaction, like, ugh. Like she may have been afraid of what consequences could have came with choosing to go wherever she went for 3+ hours or whatever. And she just wanted to be on 10, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just like, cause me personally, I wouldn't. I'm sorry. Somebody would have had to go get my kid. If I had to disappear for 3 hours, cut my phone off, man, I am not going home. And if I'm going home with the police, he's leaving with the police. Whether he's leaving standing outside for a ride or in their cop car, I would not have went back in the house with him. So that's what made me feel like, yeah, he probably like, I don't know, it just make you assume like he probably like, I ain't fucking with you no more, I ain't messing, whatever. And then she was like, oh, da. And then he probably said something that triggered her, especially about how she raised her kids, and say, yeah, I'm gonna take my baby from you. And that probably was it. Cause you walk outside to get weapons. You leave your kids in the house. To walk outside to get weapons, you wasn't too scared. Cause I wouldn't want my kids in there with them if I felt like that. That's just how I feel about it. But let's continue.
They emphasized her words to police before the shooting, suggesting she had already decided what she would do. The defense portrayed a frightened victim who had done everything right, calling 911 multiple times, begging for police protection, and only resorting to violence when abandoned by law enforcement and left alone with someone who had previously assaulted her. They pointed to DeMonte's threatening messages and his history of violence as evidence that Quanisha's fears were well-founded.
Quanisha Johnson pleaded for protection, cried for help, and she was left defenseless by police officers who knew better. She was left defenseless against a serial abuser,
Now, hold on. I will say this. I do think the police was out of bounds because, like, based on what we saw, you know what I'm saying? Like, you see the tension is there. Or maybe they calm down. And I feel like that's why I hear domestic violence is so, like, they'll take both of y'all to jail here. Like, for real. If it don't de-escalate before they leave, they taking both of y'all to jail and charging both of y'all. So that's why I'm like, I feel like that's probably why they got tougher here. And it seems like they might need to tighten up back down there. Now, this, again, was a couple years ago, so maybe things have changed. If you're from that area, let me know how it is down there now.
Police officers who knew that.
DeMonte's holding his infant child, and she fearlessly approaches DeMonte and tries to grab the kid. And then, not only that, the entire time, y'all get to hear she says things like, that's not even your baby. That's not even your kid. You're not even on the birth certificate.
I ain't gonna lie, that's something bold to say, whether you playing or whatever. Telling a man that wants to be in his child's life that he's not the father yet, that's dangerous. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm gonna disappear again for 3 hours. What are you gonna do then?
After weighing days of emotional testimony and complex evidence, the jury delivered their verdict. While acquitting Quanisha Johnson of malice murder, they found her guilty of voluntary manslaughter and all remaining charges. The decision set the stage for what many legal observers considered an unusually nuanced sentencing from Judge Shondiana Morris. Rather than imposing the prosecution's requested 25-year sentence, Judge Morris structured a 20-year term that acknowledged both the gravity of the offense and the circumstances surrounding it. The sentence was divided into 3 distinct phases: 5 years in state prison, followed by 5 years of home confinement, and concluding with 10 years of probation. The conditions of her home confinement period were precisely defined. Quanisha would be permitted to leave only between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m., and solely for specific purposes: work, which she was required to maintain, medical appointments, or her children's school-related activities. The judge also included a strict prohibition against having anyone with a felony conviction in her home during the entire duration of her sentence. In what legal experts deemed a significant departure from typical proceedings in manslaughter cases, Judge Morris granted Quanisha an appeal bond. This critical decision meant that rather than beginning her prison term immediately, she would remain under house arrest while her attorneys pursued an appeal of her conviction.
Oh, getting an appeal bond is new, okay? Now, ultimately, the full charge list that she was convicted of is voluntary manslaughter, 2 counts of aggravated assault, 2 counts of cruelty to children 3rd degree, and possession of a firearm during a felony. Okay. Again, according to the prosecution, they say the shooting happened with children inside the home. Court records reveal that Johnson had Googled Georgia's self-defense laws and even asked police on the scene, which we heard. Okay. And again, the victim was trying to leave according to the evidence that they presented. Now, this is the thing here, right? It's common that every domestic violence situation is not reported, right? So whether he abused her or not, the fact that she said it plus the text messages like, I'm gonna beat you, I mean, that kind of aligns to be like, yeah, he probably put hands on her in the past. So I feel like the judge was looking like, at the end of the day, it's possible she was abused by this man, even though in this particular event, she per se wasn't being abused. She was an abuser, but we can't ignore the fact that, you know, she probably was at fear for her life. However, the things she did around it, Googling, asking prior to doing it, shows that it was definitely premeditated. So y'all get in the comments, let me know what you think. If y'all want to, we can definitely react to the full trial, but I just want to bring this to y'all. Like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. I'll pull up on your girl, Mickey Truth. Catch you on the next one.
And like I said throughout the video, that's my opinion.
This is the weakest. Give a fuck about what they scream.
Holla!
Shout out Mickey. Mickey, you gonna be big. Like,
yeah, I'm trying to conquer the world. Coming from where I come from.
Hey, this your girl, Mickey Truth. #1 blogger in South Carolina. #1 blogger in South Carolina. Hold on, wait, before I go, y'all make sure y'all tap in with me to book your slot. A lot of y'all be hitting me up on Instagram and the email wanting to just talk about content, whether you're an up-and-coming content creator or somebody just got questions about cases or whatever. Book your consultation with me now. The information is on the screen. Hey, make sure you get your slot, because my slots be filling up fast.
What's up, Truth Team? I am here, okay? About to get a touch of love. Yes, I'm at Touch of Love Massage Shop, okay? Now listen, I've been getting my massages through Touch of Love for years, even before it was a shop to come to. But let me show you around, and then I got to get ready because I'm feeling a little tense. And let me tell you, if you work in like call centers, streamers, YouTubers, sitting at that desk all the time, you definitely need to be tapping in to get your massage. So let's take a tour.
So it was located in a nice business building. The suite was set up real comfortably. It was like to the back, and the candles was burning. The aromatherapy was definitely there. Okay, so I had to get undressed, and I'm like, yo, I gotta get all the way undressed. But anyway, like I said, being getting massages, Nakia is awesome at what she does. And let me tell y'all, them hands are blessed, okay? I got the full body massage, including, okay, the hot stones. And when I say that hour went so fast, I even went to sleep. And I always go to sleep during massage for some reason. But yeah, definitely needed that, because y'all know I had a night ahead of me, okay?
Hey guys, I'm Nakia. I am the owner-operator of Touch of Love Massage Services. I always start with the information of what massage is. So massage is the manipulation of muscles. Exercise is the manipulation of muscles. The only difference is we are manually using our hands to do those activities. So a lot of people look at massage as a luxury when really it's a health necessity. So I'm more on the medical side of things. So if you're experiencing any pain of any sort, muscles is 90% of pain, so I would recommend you to come and get a massage.
How can they follow you?
I do have my business page, Touch of Love Massage Services, on Instagram. I have Touch of Love Massage Services on Facebook. And if you want to set an appointment with me, you can look me up on Setmore. It's an app platform online where you can book appointments.
Hey, there you have it. And y'all, I feel like a new woman, but now it's time to party. So I'll catch y'all on the next one.